welcome to another broadcast of the Dusty News Network, where we rag on dusty men and women who post crazy stuff all over the internet. When I originally started doing this, I figured I would do it, a couple of times. We're on, like, I don't know, month six and doing it almost every week. I mean, it's been like my vacation, my holiday, and my birthday week and stuff, And we had fires and stuff. We had no electricity, so we couldn't do a show, that kind of stuff. But other than that, we have been here every single week, and everything is new. All the memes and stuff are different each time. I'm just like shocked at how much stupidity and fuckery there is online. And you all never fail. You send in some of the best stuff. And if you, let me find it. As you watch this show, you'll see what we do here. If you run across anything that you think would be good on this show, feel free to send it in. This is where you send it. You take a screenshot if you see on your with your phone, or save it on your computer or whatever, and email it to survivingdating@gmail.com and make the subject line Dusty News. It will filter into the folder that we have set up for this show. And then we can review it and see, how it flows with the rest of the stuff that we have chosen for the week. And, that's how everybody's been doing it. We've been getting some great stuff. Really, really good. So, I also want to let you guys know, if you are not a subscriber to this channel, please become one. Just hit that subscription button and the instant notification bell. We have a lot of great content here. There's almost 700 videos now about dating and relationships. I am a prolific talker, and with lots more to come. So, please, join the party. Also, want to let you guys know that in today's show, there is no Savage Award. None of them were really that savage, but what we did find were some things that were so bad, people were so stupid, that we created instead something called the Epic Fail Award. And so we have three or four of those instead of the Savage Awards. So it's, pretty much the same thing, but let us get started. Okay, now this one depicts the typical Dusty who wants to play around his entire life. He wants to just jib and dab, and as I call it, ho hop, not do anything serious with his life as far as his family and relationships and, building anything or whatever. And, with a partner. And instead, he just, ages out. That's pretty much what happens. He ages out, and then, nobody really wants him. And now he's in the nursing home on his walker, still talking about, I'm not ready to settle down yet. Oh yeah, they do that. I told you all about the dude that rolled up on me in a wheelchair. Dude must have had diabetes or something, because he was missing a leg. And I heard this voice low behind me as I'm crossing the intersection in San Francisco. I will never forget it. And I turned around and I looked up high, nobody there. I looked down low, and here's this man with one leg, old as dirt, in a wheelchair trying to holler. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to throw up. But it's pretty much exactly, it reminded me of this, or rather, this reminded me of that situation. And I just, was like, ew, gross. Anyway, let us move on. Now, this girl, this is a dusty broad. Oh my God, she has some dusty logic like a mug. I was like, girlfriend, what are you thinking? And now you see, well, okay, I'll read it because I got a lot of people that start watching the show, and they're still driving home from work. So this girl comes up with what she says is a business plan. Number one, get an IUD. Number two, let him hit it raw. Number three, I want you to in me, baby. Number four, call him the next day and ask for plan B. Step five, stack that $54. Step six, find a new man. And step seven, repeat. Okay, now. And so this guy comes, he says, well, this is stupid. Which is correct, because basically she's putting her life at risk for $54. Now, the joke is that, you can get a woman these days for $40. So she done upped it $14 to $54. And, so there's a risk of death and destruction and all kind of other stuff. because she want to stack $54. Hey, lady boss, $54 for instead of using Plan B. And I'm like, so basically, these dudes, like somebody pointed out, this J guy, she's charging $54 for some trim. That's what basically is happening here. So I don't know, girlfriend. You kind of low budget. Yeah, a lot of work. You got to, call people up and then meet them to get the money and all stuff. All for $54. Now $540 maybe. I hope she's joking, Susanna, but it doesn't really matter because, I'm looking for like the winky face or, something at the end that says psych or, something like that. Something that everybody know that this is a joke and that we should laugh. But there was no such clue. And so, you sitting there, you looking at this, and I'm like, wow, this is really dumb. And you put your face up there, I wouldn't want to do that. So let us move on. Dusty Broad, number one. There's plenty more of them coming up. Now this is, I hate that word bitter. I hate that word. Y'all know that word is banned. But I tried really hard to think of something that would fit, that would be more appropriate. And I thought about 10 minutes and I couldn't come up with anything. So we have to make an exception in this case. This is the comment of a bitter man who's mad that he didn't get chosen. And he feels like looking as dusty as he does with a tattoo on the side of his hand and a pinky ring, that's straight dust, and braids in his hair and a rubber band holding it up, dust, and some Superfly 1979 MC Hammer glasses, more dust, that somebody should choose him. So I don't know. Yeah, straight ninja girl, straight. But he says they would rather be a rich blank's garden tool than a regular man's queen. And it's like, okay, is that's somebody named Two Chains? Ooh, he is dusty as hell. I've heard that name, but I didn't know who this was. I don't go by that. I just go by what it says. But I'm just looking at the image that they chose, and this is a supremely, just exquisitely dusty man. It's like the picture of dust personified. So I don't know. Because the thing that's so interesting about this, because he's like, well, you'd rather be a rich ends hoe. Okay, ladies, do we not experience being treated like that even if the guy is broke and dusty? You could be married to the dude, you could be in love with the dude, he say he in love with you. He could be your baby daddy. I mean, there's so many situations where the guy doesn't really have money, so it's like you're giving everything that you would give anyway and not getting anything back except dust. So I think a lot of women after the time, they go through that, a bit of time, they feel like, okay, well, at least if I'm gonna be treated bad, I'm gonna get something out of it. Because you get treated bad by all of them, then you want to, feel like, well, I got something out the deal anyway. I'm leaving with something, and so they, would prefer to be with a dude who got some ends. At least they can leave with some bling, maybe a car, a condo, depending on the level of the guy's rich, rich. But yeah, I think, the guys don't understand that. It's like if they treated women better, this wouldn't even be considered, as a viable option. Nobody would care about everybody would go with the man that they loved. But they don't treat you right, so at some point, you just make that switch. So let us move on. Are you guys sharing the link? Okay, and this is another one, where he's mad. They mad because um the woman, didn't want him. Now, in this case, and I was having a conversation about this with a guy that shall remain nameless. But we're talking about time, and yeah, I understand it's one of those five love languages or something. Somebody was telling me I need to look that up, but spending time with somebody, but I'm trying to figure out how do you keep a mate relationship close and tight if you don't ever spend the time with your person to develop that kind of emotional intimacy and physical, bonding and whatnot. So these guys, they just want to do what they want to do all the time, which takes them away from their woman. And then she's lonely and she misses him. And then, it leaves the door open for somebody else to swoop in there, to alleviate her loneliness. And so, men, I think, need to kind of figure out you got to balance your, pursuits of whatever with keeping in contact with your lady. So this guy evidently didn't, and so he is upset that she had, got with some unemployed bum. Now I wouldn't go that far, but the bum saw an opportunity and he took it. So I don't know. I'm sure there's a happy medium somewhere, and people could, communicate better. But this does happen. I don't know about unemployed, like I said, but it does happen, and that is the reason that it happens. So dudes, come on now, tighten that up. Now, this shit was funny. Now, those of you who do online dating, I'm sure you can identify with this image. Divorced men after 40 on dating apps. And for those of you who are driving and cannot see, there's four images of cats in poses like dudes do on in their personals ads. It's too hilarious. The under the chin close up, the I'm at the beach, masculine scowl, the I'm on the couch, dead on selfie. Isn't this true? This is so true. This is so true. Oh, congratulations, lady boss. You're a property owner. Big congrats, girl. That's a milestone. Yeah, so these pictures, I think I've perused the one with on the beach you should have on shade, you're right. Cat daddies. Anyway, I thought this was too funny and too accurate. So whoever put this together gets some kudos. Yes. Let's move on. Now here someone says, and I'm not sure about this name if that's supposed to be a man or woman. I don't know. I don't know what I call them juju names. I can't tell which one is female and which one's not. So I just be like it. But whatever it is here says, a ninja will bash a bitch to make another woman feel secure. The whole time he in love with the bitch he bashing. Pound, I said what I said. Now, again, we return to my comment that if a man is talking to you about another woman, what did I say? He's talking about another woman. That means he's thinking about that bitch. So if he's bashing her, you should be wise enough to know that he's thinking about her, which means whatever's going on with him is he's not done with her, because otherwise he wouldn't be still talking about her. So it becomes an interesting dilemma. But yeah, I don't know. I don't like them when the people that sit around bashing another woman. I don't want to hear all that. I don't want to hear anything about some other bitch. I just don't want to. And it's not like it's jealousy. I just don't care. Talk about something I find interesting. That's not it. Not on my agenda. Let's go to the next one. Now this one, Jonathan just bopped these dudes in the head. He's like, men want to be the head, but put all the responsibilities on the woman. No, sir, it costs to be the boss, and he's right. That's what my daddy used to say. You got to pay the cost to be the boss. And his mind, he was old school, so he had, when we were little, my mom didn't work. Her job was to take care of us in the house. And then when we got, older, like when my little brother got in middle school, she started working part time. And then, she went back to school and everything and became an RN. That's what she wanted to do. And so that's what she did. Well, they are the worst. I don't know, Shalonda. Everybody says that it's men in Chicago. And then, it's men in LA. That's LA and Oakland is my personal experience, and they're just knuckleheads. It's like, ew. And then I hear it about, out in the DC area, this is crazy. So I don't know. I think it just depends on where you live. Now I stared at this. I don't know about y'all. And I'm like, what does this mean? So somebody got, yes, Lady Boss, didn't he have a word though? Yes, he did. I could sing it. I know all the words to the James Brown song. That's all my daddy used to play is James Brown. I used to know all the words of all the songs. It was unbelievable. But yeah, this dude is talking about, some good coochie will turn a one night stand into a 5-year domestic violence relationship. And I'm trying to figure out how does it become domestic violence? See, that part escaped me. Perhaps one of you could enlighten me because I'm just not gonna get it. Hey, Felicia, thank you. I don't get it. Yeah. Okay, so Lakeisha says he's blaming domestic violence on, some coochie. And I'm like, no, so the woman's, if she's getting beat, then that she's supposed to assume that it's because she has good coochie. Is that what this is? See, like I said, I didn't get it. I didn't understand what it was trying to say, but I included it because I thought that you guys might have some comment to make about the dust level. Because I sensed that it had, a high level on it. But I was like, what is this person trying to say? I didn't get it. I don't know. Little Miss Libra, you might be right. Because he's like, he just crazy. Yeah, oh, she wanted one night and he wanted more. Well, something happened. I don't know. It must have been good to him. Oh, it's just lusty logic. We just gonna chalk it up to that. Now, this is funny. Hey, little Buddha, be her problem. She already got 5 niggas trying to be her piece. You gotta stand out. Ah, oh my God, I was rolling. I was rolling. Of course I did. So she said I say her name right. Yes. I understand most names. The ones I like told the ones I don't get are them ooga booga names. Them hotep names and stuff. I don't know what they be talking about. But I thought this was hilarious. Be her problem. Dia say that's preposterous. Look at her pulling out the big words. That's funny. But I thought it was amusing. Trying to stand out. Nigga, why can't you stand out from being like this stellar individual? Somebody that's so impressive, so that she just like she can't even see them other men because you just rise, head and shoulders above them and make them look like dust bunnies. Why can't you think like that? Instead, he gonna go the opposite and be some old dusty ass fool. Okay. Now this was pretty sad. This is a dusted conversation from a guy trying to get this girl to go over to his house for a date. And so she did good because she kept talking to him. As soon as he said that shit, I would have blocked him. But you know, I don't know. I didn't put the other part. Okay, well, anyway, so he was talking about her coming over. She says, well, maybe ask me out on an actual date. And he's like, well, maybe I tried, but you text back once a week. Okay, so you can't text, I want to take you out to dinner. You texting all this stuff. So she's like, you know, well, you text what you doing. And when we did text, you were telling me to stop by. Why would I go to a stranger's house? Oh, my bad. I forgot women in 2019 think everything is a horror movie. So he trying to put her down for not wanting to go to his house when he's a stranger. And she's like, nigga, what? So he's like, it's cool. Like I said, I take that as a no. You're not interested. I guess because guys said stop by to have an actual face to face convo to even decide if we want to go on a date or continue conversing, period, is too much. LMAO. Oh, wait, let me guess. Because I asked you to come over, I'm speaking of sex. Oh, wait, because I'm a stranger, coming to my house would be dangerous. LOL, if that's what your logic, then why go out with a stranger? I understand, no. I'ma just miss my blessing because I forgot. Shit has to be scripted with a date or nothing. LOL, understood. Punk ass. Oh my God, she was too nice to him. She should have blocked his ass and then deleted him and cussed him out and all kinds of other stuff. Well, he trying to create this alternate reality, trying to get in her head to make her feel, guilty about protecting herself. About not just assuming that he was okay. I mean, it's like, what proof would she have that this dude is okay? She's known him for 5 minutes. They texting, and that's the extent of the relationship, if you want to even call it that. And she's because he wants to have a conversation face to face. It's nigga, can't you even suggest Starbucks? You want somebody to come up in your crib where you could have 4 or 5 clowns jumping out the closet and all kind of crazy stuff, because that kind of stuff does happen. Or your boys roll in because you left the door open and stuff, and she's sitting there all by herself thinking she's about to have a conversation with your dusty ass. No. And any of you who think about, oh, it should be okay, I'm just gonna go. Don't you do it, and don't you invite them in your house either, because it's the same shit. Be opening the door, you go in the bathroom, come back in your house, and here go 4 or 5 niggas sitting up there talking about, yeah. And then what you gonna do? You don't have these fools all up in your house like that, and you don't go to theirs. But a lot of these young girls don't think about this kind of stuff. They don't understand the dangers that they're in, and not to mention, with the sex trafficking, you cute and shit. The next thing you know, you got a thing over your head, and you out the door in the back of somebody's car and never seen again. Be smart. If meet them out in public, and don't eat or drink nothing unless the waitress brings it and you saw it and you eat it, and if you get up and leave it or even turn your head for too long, you just let it go. Let it go. Get you a new drink. Cause these people are slick. You turn your head over there and your drink's over here and he's over here. Next thing you know, he done dunked something in your drink and you don't even taste it because you having a soda pop. Oh yeah, black women just ridiculous, young black women. So, but that's another topic. But I just do want to, point out this is the mentality that you will be hit with, and you have to have strong boundaries and be determined about what you will and will not do. Do not let some dude try to manipulate, coerce, or guilt trip you into going anywhere where you're gonna be alone with him. The same goes if you breaking up with a dude and he wants to meet you and talk about stuff. Don't dare, don't you dare, don't do it. Tell him to talk to you over Skype or some shit. All right, let's move on. Now this was some amazing, amazing, amazing triflingness that I just could not believe. That shows this building on fire, right? It's a fire. Here go dude. And then there's 2 women there. A good one says good women, and she's just laying there. And then one says thoughts, and the thoughts is reaching out for him. So he runs off with, and it says niggas is pointing up, the dude. And he's carrying the thought away and away from the burning house. And so then the dude who's captioning it says, you see how that hoe reached out to us? Good women are too fucking independent. That's what he says. Good women are too fucking independent. So because you didn't reach out to him when the house was on fire, he didn't save you because you too independent. I was like, oh my God, the dust level. I started coughing. Well, I was already coughing, but that just made me cough even more. You know? Unbelievable. But I just wanted to share that with you. So just remember that if you in a situation and you the good woman, you better reach out like the thought. I know it was stupid. Melanated, that's the point of the Dusty News Network. Everything on this show is stupid. It's just like that's what we do here. We show stupidity and then we laugh at it. We make fun of it. Okay, here we go. Okay, I don't know how you pronounce that, but somebody Jones. Women would rather be a single mama than date an ugly man with a good job and potential now, to be a great stepfather. And Flyboy say this is a low self-esteem post. But again, this is a guy who's been rejected. Yeah, I know. He couldn't. He just like an ugly man with a good job and potential to be a great stepfather. Okay, what makes you think a woman want to look at your ugly ass? You got called a good woman, really? I want to be called a thought. I just, I just thought that might be kind of interesting because then you could get away with being doing thoughtish things, and then you'd be like, oh, ooh. But I'm just talking shit. But anyway, look at this dude though. He would rather, women need to date an ugly man with a good job and potential. Thanks, make it happen. Yes, girl, dust storm for real. Potential to be a great stepfather. Potential. Now, how is that measured? How do you know that somebody would be a great stepfather? That might be a conversation that we need to have. Um, I don't understand that part. So you're supposed to risk your kids' potential. Now I don't want no potential. I want to see evidence of it before you come around my kid. How about that? Yeah, it's all a horror movie. Luckily, let's hope that 2020 is a little better because 2019 sucked ass. I have no problem saying that. Now, this one here is like the dustiest thing I've ever seen. This dude just had no shame. Yes, Linwood, that single mothers have less choice and should be less picky. That's what he's saying. So this one said, asked, is dating someone with two kids hard? And this dude said, yes, that's why I left my baby mama and our kids. They in the way. Oh, oh my God. I mean, dude, for real? For real, for real. That's the best you could do? I was pretty horrified. Now, was he joking? I don't know. It's really hard to say when you see stuff like this. But he said that's why he left his baby mama and the kids because they was in the way. Wow. Poor babies. And now this one shows this woman, she's giving her dude a back hug. Nothing wrong with that. That's pretty romantic. And, when done correctly, that can be very nice. Now, the problem here is the statement at the end. I mean, it's true. Nookie won't keep a man until, it'll keep him around for a while until he satisfies his curiosity, but there has to be something more that ties you two together, emotionally, spiritually, or mentally, or something. And thanks, Shalonda. Um, what holds a man is the way you treat him and the way, that you're by his side in difficult times. Well, that's a partnership. Hopefully, he would do the same to you. Because sometimes, everybody needs a little, pat on the back and a little motivation. I'm not saying you don't do that, but this is when it gets kind of iffy. Like in a chess game, the queen always protects the king. Well, if you play chess, the queen will sacrifice herself to save the king. So I'm like, So by the referencing a chess game, I'm like, I don't know, this is a bit much. So where's the part where, the man protects his woman and his family? Where's that part? The king is supposed to protect his queen and his kingdom. So something, yeah, these are some dusty men who put this together. They got this twisted. And it's like, black women do always do way too much protecting of men. And then nobody protects us. And it becomes exhausting. I think that's why so many black women have, they have high blood pressure, heart disease, different kinds of cancers, they're stressed the fuck out all the time. And, it's like you have these men in your life and they don't do anything to make your life better or easier or treat you nice or make you smile. They don't do nothing. It's just you always doing for them, and that's to be, that's why you see so many black women looking all toe up and worn out. So when you see stuff like this, and if you meet a man who has this attitude that you're there to protect him, then you need to, give that some second thought. And, most likely he's not the man for you. And I'm not saying he's not a good dude, but if you're a woman who's looking for, a relationship where you feel protected and it's romantic and you feel adored and your dude has got your back and stuff, this is not going to be that guy. So just, recognize it for what it is. Just put him back, throw that fish back in the water and get somebody else. Yeah, you don't want to do that. It destroys your veins and your heart muscles and all that stuff, your arteries. You don't want that. Okay, now this was real interesting. She put the smash on her dusty boss. And I loved it. That's why I included it because she wasn't dusty. Her boss was dusty. She says, when I was 19, my boss said I should be a phone sex operator and laughed. I said, I don't get it. He said, it's a joke. And I said, explain it to me. And that's how I learned that once sexual harassers have to explain why their inappropriate jokes are funny, they stop laughing because he got embarrassed. You know what I mean? I thought, okay, she at 19, she was fucking brilliant. This was wonderful. So I wanted to include this so that, a lot of the young women here, because, technically young women between the ages of 18 and 25 are the ones who get most sexually harassed in everywhere, clubs, jobs, everywhere they go. And so I thought, okay, this is a perfect smash for such guys. So, I wanted to put it in here and show it to you to give you ideas for how to handle it. And whoever sent this in, thank you. This was brilliant. Okay, let's move on. Now this guy is a repeat offender. He shows up a lot in the dusty memes. It's like, dude, do you do anything that's not dusty? I swear to God. And I'm not even religious, but this was making sister girl have to testify and say amen and all kinds of stuff. Cause this dude, I mean, he just has one dusty comment, one dusty post after another, day in and day out. You don't know how many of these I get, but I don't want to use all of them because it would just be the show that featured his craziness, and I'm not trying to do that. So he's like, well, remember when black females who ruined their reputations in their city used to have to move to a new city and, quote, start over? Now they can just go online and move and start over from one city to another without the expense. Some of you are working on your 15th and 20th move. Now, how would he know that? See how it is? I know he is anti-black woman, but he's like, um, he's just anti-female, period. Because if you notice, he didn't say black women. I don't know you too. I mean, little Buddha, but I'm going to hide your comment because I don't want any promotion for these people. Okay. We're not going to do that. So I'm going to just hid your comment. I want you to understand why, though. We don't, I mean, this is just stupid. And so this kind of thing here, what about the dudes who are, hoes? Well, he seemed like a hoteppery, a hotep type. But I don't know. I've never seen anything that I don't go on these people's pages. I don't read their stuff. The only contact I have with them is when you guys send in their memes and stuff for the DNN. Yeah, I know. I know you didn't know, but that's why I'm explaining it to you, so other people can hear that too. We don't mention, you know, other channels, other stuff. I mean, these are things that people they pay you to and they advertise. There's a fee associated with that. And that's my money that I like to collect and then I share it with Lady Boss and my cousin. So that's why we don't do that here. So I don't know. So he's just, trying to rag on women for doing what they do, like they can't have a sex life. But I wouldn't even be bothered with move. I don't wouldn't need to move. I'm just gonna do my shit and just deal with it. Now, and here's his second one. I think we got a total of probably about 12 from him this week, And but I only chose two or three, maybe. I don't know if it's three. But this one, he's talking about, if you a hard-headed woman, hard-headed, what does that mean? That you don't listen to what he got to say and don't follow his script? So he's like, don't get her pregnant. Do not worry about, quote, losing her. She'll be perpetually single in your rabbit ass mind, but in nobody else's. Because you know what? There's a lot of guys that like a woman that has her own mind. They're not looking for somebody who's just like a repeat bunny, like a little parrot, like that chicken Coming to America. You know what I mean? They don't want a woman like that. They want somebody who's going to help them, be a better man, who's going to have his back, who's going to be like somebody he can be proud of when he takes her places. She can have a conversation. She knows how to do stuff. He doesn't feel like she's stupid and the only thing that she's good for is the bedroom. There are a lot of guys that have that kind of confidence, and that's what they want. When you see a guy like this who is so afraid of a woman having a controverting opinion or goals that differ from his, thoughts that differ from his, you know, dreams that he doesn't approve of, then he feels, overly challenged and he wants to label her hard headed. In reality, she's an adult just like you. She has things that she wants to do for herself just like you do. And the best partnerships are when people can respect each other's goals, help each other reach those goals. But it's like you don't have to approve of everything that your partner does. That's them, and that's what brings them joy. You do what brings you joy, and then y'all come together and you two joy filled people. I'm like, why did he try to make this so hard? Really, I'm telling y'all, relationships are not this hard. They folks be trying to make it, but it's threatening a woman saying that she'll be perpetually single. Women are single because they want to be. You can always find a man. A man. It may not be the right man, but you can find one. You know, it's unbelievable. So let's move on from him. Hopefully, that's the last one. Mm-hmm. You're right. Now, this one is like, so what do you like to do with fun when you're 21 and you're all innocent and you don't know anything? And, oh, what do you like to do for fun? Dating is fun at that age. It's all about having a good time, going to parties and clubs and doing all this stuff. And watch your language, you guys. Lady Boss is having a club to ban your things. You can't be using profanity in the chat stream. Stop it. You got to use polite euphemisms. Um, so then, at 27 now, she done been around the block a pretty, time or two or 10. And now, she's got a different approach. So it's much more realistic. So, how aware are you of your past traumas? And how actively are you working to heal them so that you don't project that shit on me? And that's what we want to know. You got your stuff together? Are you ready to do this? You got your problems all under control? Yeah, dating at 21. Yeah, because you don't know shit. You don't know shit, so it's kind of an innocent thing, and you go into it just taking stuff as face value. And so, yeah, of course, it's easy. It's more fun. Here we go again with more begging. Oh my God. I saw this and I was just like, oh my God, what man wants to put all these commands out to a woman? Why can't you just be the person that you are and get rid of that fucking bird nest beard? I hate those beards. God damn it, I hate those things. They just look grimy. And it's just a big, oh my God, I just want to get like a lawnmower and just start going up and down the street shaving these people's faces. But, this thing here, this just drove me crazy. As soon as I saw this, I jumped up from my computer and I started cussing. So, so you have commands here, women. You need to date him. You need to love him. You need to marry him. You need to protect him. Respect him, cherish him, and support him. Now, dudes, this drove me crazy. I'm telling you, I just wanted to scream. Dudes, if you have your shit together and you come at your woman right and you have your program tight and you tell her this is what I want to do and I want you to be doing it with me. There's no woman in this world, if your shit is tight like that, who's not gonna respect you. Why wouldn't she respect you? You know what I mean? She would, of course, and if she loves you, of course she's going to cherish you. But see, it requires you to do something first. It means get off your ass and do some shit. Now you just putting all these commands out here like a woman's supposed to just be like stepwives and just come and rolling down the street, dating you and loving you and marrying you and protecting you and respecting you and cherishing you and supporting you. You haven't done shit. You don't deserve that. What are you doing? Oh my God, this I'm telling you, this made me crazy. I was just like, these dudes are fucking losers. Who does this? And you a grown ass man sitting around trying to beg women to love you and take care of you. That's not how you handle yourself as a man. This is an embarrassment. This is an embarrassment to have black men wanting, commanding women to do all this shit. You don't see no man of no other race trying to tell a woman to love him and date him and cherish him and support him and all this old shit, and he's not even in your life. He's not your man. And he does that shit, then you will automatically develop those feelings for him as a matter of course. You can't not if a guy is, he got his shit together and he's treating you nice. Yeah, we love a man with a plan. I want to show that you got some thought. You put some thought into this. So if I sign into your program, I know where this train is going, and I want to go for the ride because you have laid it out for me where we going. But you just want, all this stuff. You want all this loyalty and all this little shit, and you haven't done nothing. What are you doing to get these things from her? Oh, this was just such a just a fucking dust storm. But so many women, because I went and found this on, they was all co-signing on this. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm like, oh, you idiots. These men, these are the kind of things that you get and you earn them. You don't just most of mean and think every woman's supposed to come out the closet loving you and protecting you and supporting and cherishing you. What the fuck are you doing to deserve that? Nigga, I was hot. Whew, let's move on from that because that just set me on fire. Okay. Now, this was a girl, she didn't realize that she was doing this, I think. So she had a, come to Jesus moment right here. Yeah, Diane, I'm telling you, I've never seen this. I'd be all over the internet. So, I've never seen any man of any other race beg like that for a complete stranger. You don't even know these women are trying to give him orders. So she was like, you're a woman, you're pretty, and you attract everyone. And then you choose fuck boys. And she's like, I damn near jumped out the car. Yeah, it was a bit of too much of a reality check for her. So, just for those of you who may not know, because we've been people maybe wandered in or maybe not really familiar, because there are so many videos on this channel. I did one about, I called them frog boys though. So in the title, you're not going to see that 4-letter word. We use the polite euphemism. So I called them frog boys. But it talks about how to avoid them. So if you have the problem that she's been having where you select these kinds of dudes, go and check that out. I believe it's in the series, the 7-minute Lessons on Life and Love series. You can check out that playlist, and you should be able to find it on there. Okay? Yes, you need to keep that friend. You're right, because that friend is real. That's a real friend. She's not trying to tell you what you want to hear. She's telling you what you need to hear to get your shit straight. Now, this one, whew, this is a reality check for dudes who think that a woman is supposed to, what do they say? Love me unconditionally. Love me unconditionally. A woman who really loves you will stick by you no matter how many times you cheat. That woman is your mother and not me. And they put the laughy face. I'm like, where's the funny part at? I don't see where that's funny. But yeah, any woman who sticks by you no matter how many times you cheat, you get one with me. One time. Because if I'm not cheating, then your monkey ass better not either. We're going to either both treat each other right or we're going to both be like, not together because I don't see any reason to do all that. Either I'm with you or I'm not. And a dude who, cheated one time, a lot of women, if they're married, they might go to therapy to have a counseling session with their pastor or whatever, you know, they don't want to um, break up the hunt. They want to try to give it a chance, especially if the dude says, "Oh my God, please forgive me. I'll never do it again," all the stuff. She loves him. She wants to believe her husband. She wants to save the family. They go to counseling, they try to get it over it and break it, work it through. But that hurt is still there. But she's trying to deal with it for the sake of her children and the marriage. Then he does it again. Okay, now what? Now what you do? See? Oh, you gonna go up and smoke? Yeah, see, I turn into a puff of smoke. I don't feel like being bothered. That's just too disrespectful. It's like if you don't want to be with me, just leave. Why do you have to do that? I just have never understand that. You know, that need for guys to do all of that. But yeah, your mama, I don't know, your mother might not even understand it, but whatever. Now this shit was hilarious. I found this one and I was like, "Oh my god, how dusty can you be? You can't even fucking spell." And he's like, "Are you black or Carrie Bean?" Carrie Bean. What is Carrie Bean? Oh my god, Carrie Bean. Those islands near America. Oh my god. Can you do go back to school? Did you pass the third grade? What in the world is this? Carrie Bean. Well, Little Miss Libra, no, I don't say it's that. They really do are concerned, a lot of them, about their children. They don't want the children to have to go through a divorce. It's very traumatic. And so they want to try to avoid that if at all possible. Yes, they're all real melanated. You would think that, right? You would think that it's not real and that nobody could be this dumb. However, didn't we just do some stuff last week where we was talking about people or what? No, I guess it wasn't. Whatever it was, and we was talking about how black folks mispronounce words, and there was a meme that said, "Before we get together, I'm gonna need you to say, ambulance, police, computer." It was like that, and so we all had a good laugh about it, and people are still posting on the wall the way that people mispronounce those particular words. I thought I was gonna die. This shit was hilarious. So, this is just another example to me. He knows how to pronounce it, but he doesn't know how to spell it. And so there you go. Carrie Bean. Trini says, Carrie Bean, LOL. Carry yourself on, sir. Yes, see, you like me. When I say sir, I'm being very sarcastic. Sir. Yes, sir. Okay. So let's move on. Okay, now here you go. They love to talk about sisters' weaves. They just love to talk about weaves. Oh my God. And so he's talking about her lies are escaping. And that's why she got to pat them back into her weave. Ah, oh, Wilbur Brothers just stopped with the weave conversation. Why they just be all on sisters about their hair? Stop worrying about what sisters do to their heads. Oh my God. Do something with yourself. Don't you have some real problems or some vision to realize or a book to read or something? Why do they worry about black women's hairdos? It drives me crazy. It really is just like they have nothing constructive to do with their time. Nothing that's gonna build or improve their lives. And they sit around and talking about women's hairdos. It's just amazing to me. It might be funny, but what dude needs to worry about a woman's weave? Come on, for real? Nuh-uh, black and Caribbean is not the same thing because Caribbean people have an accent. Oh, I'm being facetious. Okay, before anybody starts getting upset. Hey DJ, welcome. Here we go. Now here he come talking about Women's standards, okay. So basically he's getting on you if you a single mother. This is another single mother beat down here. So y'all be having some high ass standards with nothing to offer but a fat ass and some other niggas' kids. Hmm. Well, so basically, because you have a child, see, this is another one. Because you're a single mother, you are not supposed to have standards. That's the overriding message that we keep seeing over the past few months in these memes where they talk about women that have children. It's always something like you don't deserve to have standards. You should have an ugly man. You should have a broke man. You should have a somebody who's you know some cheating man. I mean, it's like you don't deserve to have what it is that you want because you have a child or two. You have to settle for whatever somebody wants to give you or what comes along. That's what they keep trying to communicate. Yeah, it's very mean, and it's just a very derogatory thing. So it's like, there would be no woman that would be a single mother without input from a man. So that makes him a single dad too. So why is it all this, drama about women and they don't do anything when it comes to the men? That's kind of amazing to me. They don't say nothing about them. But these are the men out here making the women the single moms. Y'all need to tighten up on your birth control. I'm telling you. Everybody talking about, I don't want to get an abortion. You need to get one. You dusty fuckers. Ugh. Now I've done this. I don't know if I looked that, because her nails is all laid and everything, but um, I have sat there and saw dudes that, I used to be like, oh yeah, like I was all wrapped up with dude for a minute. And then I see him, a couple of years later or something. And then I'm like, oh my God. Well, I wouldn't say he was a two, maybe a five. I don't date ugly men, but still, definitely not something I would, having real high standards. But then, of course, you have to factor in maybe he just got uglier since he got older, and everybody don't age well. Yep, Layla's channel, because she's too independent. And she don't need a man, and that's why the guy left her with the kids because she was too independent. So you can't win. That's why you just do your own thing. But yeah, I had that expression on my face several times. Several times. Just like, what in the world was I thinking? Now, this one, somebody sent this in actually about a month or so ago, but I was trying to save it because I didn't quite know what to do with it because it was so gross. But I decided to put it in this week. And, you know, that just doesn't that even look abnormal? It just looks abnormal. I mean, have you ever seen a camel toe that look like that? Just like, oh my God, this picture. I don't even know what to say. This picture is so gross. It's so, oh, but anyway, these guys are, just all flipped out because these guys are all flipped out because they don't know what's real anymore. And they're just upset. And this girl just wearing it, just like, I don't even know what to say. It's like it likes deformed fruit. It looks like a butt that's real small and turned backwards. I don't know what to say about this, but like I said, I saved it because it was somebody sent it in, and I wanted to use it, but I was like, nope, not yet. Nope, not yet. So today, this was the day, and there you go. Ah, oh my God. Yeah, I don't know. You might be right, Faith. Maybe that's what it was designed for. So it's got that little cup area. You know what I mean? But I just was like, I was so through. I didn't even know what to say. And any woman who would wear such a thing is just a dust bunny. There's no no turning back from that. Oh, now this one was a real. This one had a touch of reality to it. If you think that you're fucked up, just remember that there's someone meeting your ex right now, thinking that they found someone special. And you could think that. You could think that. But you know what's so interesting about that though? What my grandmother used to say: one man's what she say? One man's trash is another man's treasure. Because see, you think that I mean, you guys didn't make it didn't work out. You had problems and shit blew up in your face and this and that. Okay, well that was for you. That just means that you're not compatible with that individual. But, if that person might, a few months, few years later, meet somebody else who that is exactly what they're looking for. It didn't work with you, but that doesn't mean that that's a bad person. It just means it's a bad person for you. So, you know, they found somebody special according to their standards, which aren't yours, and that's fine. Ah, you guys are too hilarious. The chat room is wilding. They wilding in the chat stream. Unbelievable. So yeah. So anyway, let us move on from this. That's a good lesson though. Just because it don't work for you, doesn't mean it's not a golden thing to someone else. And this is that guy. This is another Jason, not the other one, but this is another Jason. And it seems like they just love talking about women. I don't know. Anyway, he says that that this generation has the proudest hoes that he's ever seen. And these girls doing all kind of stuff all up on the wall, twerking and doing all the stuff on the wall with they drink in their hand. And alcohol tends to make people just act a fool. So some people probably should stop drinking. They need to just stop drinking. But this is what young girls like to do. I've seen it so much. They want to twerk on the stage. They want to twerk on people, twerk on the wall, twerk on the floor, just twerking everywhere, just twerking. So my thing is though, high self-esteem is built from being proud of yourself. So if they're proud to be a hoe, so be it. I have no problem with that. This one I think was made by the MGTOW people, because they don't want to. They talk about how wives rather are trash, and so here this one is like happy wife, happy life. That's what my grandfather used to say, and he would come in and give my grandmother all his money and all of it, and that was his thing, happy wife, happy life. But these other groups, they're like, well, no wife, awesome life until you get old, and then you be like the dude on the first slide, talking about I'm not ready to settle down in a walker. I don't know. I think at some point people need to, partner up and just stop it. Just stop it. Stop it. Now, this dude, this is another whining guy. All men aren't created emotionally equal, ladies. Women must tailor their love, affection, and communication accordingly. All men aren't created emotionally equal. Hmm. That means some of them are dusty, emotionless bums. They're narcs. They're little boys in big bodies. They're silly. They're just immature. There's all kind of stuff. So you have to tailor your love, affection, and communication accordingly, which means that you don't give affection to, or communicate with someone who's stupid. You don't do that. And so this dude is like, look here, dude. I'm reading some of the most toughest emotional posts ever today. The fuck is up with you niggas? Is you mad or is you sad? It's like I don't know what he read before, but that was what he posted here. And I had to put it on here because it just shows how another man sees this overly emotional, whining ass bitch made man. Women must tailor their love, affection, communication accordingly. And there is, even though there is some truth to that, because there people love differently. People love differently, and people need, different levels of communication, time together. I mean, all kind of stuff. But dude, I mean, where is your responsibility in this? He calling it dating 101. Well, no one's created emotionally equal. It's not just men. Everybody's different. And everyone in a relationship, you have to learn your partner and you have to, love them in a way that is meaningful to them. That's like basic. But, he didn't focus it on. He's up there telling women what they need to do instead of making the statement general because it does apply to everyone who wants to be in a relationship. We all must be cognizant of our partner's needs, what motivates them, what makes them happy, what makes them feel loved, what makes them feel sad, what hurts them, all the stuff. You learn your partner, and you learn those things about them. And so it's not just what women have to do for men, nigga. It's not that. You need to do it too. Ugh. Just so stupid. It's like all women are supposed to do is serve men, and we're just supposed to be there just for you. What about you? And they'll never want to do anything, in return. It's just they take and you give. So be very careful if you meet a man like this and making all these demands. What the fuck is he giving you? So yes, this is true. This kind of alludes to something I was saying earlier. Not every man just wants the bone. I mean, they're looking for more. So the guy reaches a certain level of maturity, he's looking. I mean, sure that he wants that too. Don't get me wrong, but he's also looking for a woman who comes, with something that's gonna enrich his life, just like he can enrich hers. And how do you think? What kind of way do you make him feel? And that's, I think, is one of the things we're going to talk about. That I'm taking ideas for February in case you're new here, you don't know about February. That's what we do. Video a day February, and it's renamed February to February because I make a video every day, 1 month a year. This will be the, I think, third or fourth year of it in 2020, and I'm taking ideas for videos now, and there is a link to them on the community wall where you can submit your ideas. So go to the homepage of the channel and then click button. It's the tab that says community, and you'll see the link there. Just click that and follow the link and submit your idea for a video that you would want to see during Video Day February. That's my commercial for it. But that's one of the things I was thinking we would talk about is how to how to show the man that you're in a relationship with, how to make him feel loved and how to communicate what your needs are. So, that's a very important thing that I think a lot of people don't really think. They just think, well, I'm in love and he's going to magically know. No, he's not. There's 29 days. Ash just broke my, oh, no. Okay, leap year. Ugh, oh my God. Okay, well, 29 videos then. So anyway, this one is looking at, this guy's wanting someone to help support his dreams. How do you do that? How do you find out what your man's dreams are? Those are one of the things I want to talk about. And this one reminds you not to do too much, ladies, not to do too much for a dusty. You know, if you're not married, you're not a wifey. There's no such thing. Okay. It's not like you can't be a daughtery, you can't be a sonny, you can't be a baby. Well, I guess you can be a baby, but you know what I'm talking about. You can't be those kind of things. You either are or you are not. So you're either a wife or you're not. And you don't do wife shit for somebody who you just, dealing with like that. You don't have that kind of relationship with him. And you don't even trotting out your wife skills. Now we come into the epic fails. This guy, which we did already, but he had to reappear because he was such a loser, such an epic fail. I just want to make sure that he gets his award. Okay, he gets his award. He's like third place, but he's in the epic fail category because this was just a nightmare. I couldn't believe it. Okay, so we've already dogged him out. So let's move on. This one, This woman, this is another epic fail winner. She is, these people getting on this gender norms thing where they don't want everybody to be genderless, and they want to call, don't want to call a baby a baby. They want to call it a they be instead of a he or she. It's a they be. Have you heard of that? So then she gonna name her little boy Vagina. Now this kid has been set up to be bullied, beat up, teased, smashed, run down with cars, jumped, all kind of stuff. You know, that's just unbelievable. So she gets a definitely epic fail for the worst parent since Ti. They're both of them running neck and neck. But this is stupid. And look at her grinning. It just ruined her child's life. Just ruined him. And they put the link there. I'm not gonna read. I didn't go to it to read it, but I was like, wow, cute little boy too. And he's all fucked. And then the final epic fail, the one who takes the number one prize of the week for the epic fail, is someone who lost their keys and puts their home address on the flyer and tells people what time they'll be home. Like, wow. You really fail at adulting. You don't have good sense. You don't really have much of anything. And you're about to not have nothing in your house. For the person who finds your keys, they're going to get your car and your everything that's up in your house as long as they're out of there by 5 p.m. when you advertise that you get home. So, ah, I don't even know what to say. I mean, it's like these people are so fucking stupid, such losers. The dust level is so high. And it's like I said, we've been doing this since the early summer and every week, and not one meme is the same. Not one. Not one image has been duplicated. And there's about 30 to 35, because some weeks there's more, each week. And those are just the ones we picked. Those aren't the ones, all of them that come in. Let me be clear. Those are just the ones we pick. Okay, so there's like a never-ending stream of these things. The idiocy out there is just unbelievable. So now that you have an idea of what we do here on Friday night, so everybody can leave here going, I don't believe I just saw what I saw. If you want to, send in some stuff that you think would be funny, you run across some stuff, I want to remind you, this is how you do it. Send it in to survivingdating@gmail.com. Make the subject line Dusty News. You can put Dusty News Network, whatever you want to put, as long as Dusty News is in the title somewhere, it will filter into this folder that it needs to be in, and then all things will be good. Okay? So thank you guys for coming. I won't keep you here too much longer. I know everybody want to get out in these streets and do your thing, go to the clubs or do what you're going to be doing. I, however, am going to go in here and start finding something to eat. I'm starving. But I want to remind you, come on Sunday. We got a show this Sunday, which is the $5 advice question show. So come to make your super chat donation and get your number assigned. Then when your number is called, you will type your question into the chat. Okay, do not type your question in before because it'll scroll up. Nobody will be able to see it. Okay, come on now, remember that. You're going to be typing it and then we don't get to you till 10 or 15 minutes later. What you going to do? It's like, well, I typed my question in. I'll be like, what's that? That's irrelevant. Type it in here again. So just remember that, and it should be a good time. So $5, and you get your advice question answered in real time right here on the show. And if you are not, I'm going to remind you, become a subscriber to the channel and hit that instant notification bell because, sometimes I might just do a pop-up, just sit down and decide I want to do one. Thank you, everyone who made a super chat donation. We always appreciate those. And all those who are my Patreon subscribers and everybody who's a regular here, always showed up to support the show. I appreciate you coming. This is Deb Cooper from survivingdating.com. Lots of content there and articles if you like to read. Go on over there and check that out. And 700 videos almost on this channel, so be sure to go searching through and find whatever it is that you like. I'll see you guys on Sunday. Enjoy your night and enjoy your Saturday night. I'll see you Sunday. Bye bye.